April 11th, 2011. This is Diehard Gamer Radio Show 106.
You are approaching the target of attack. Your mission starts now. Are you ready? The countdown begins. 3, 2, 1, go.
You are listening to Diehard Gamer Radio, the source for off-mainstream video game news and topics. And now, your hosts, Murdock, Brian, John, and Steve.
Just a couple more shots.
Is it really April 11th already?
Yes.
Wow.
That means if you haven't done your taxes yet, you might want to get a move on.
It's okay. The government shutdown is not going to take them right away anyway. So
No,
you probably got
they
another week or so.
no, they have not extended the deadline. It's still April 15th.
Did they just take longer to
Well,
give you your money?
yeah,
You still have
yeah.
to get them your return.
yeah, that's the government for you, bastards. If you do
They're-
direct deposit, you're still guaranteed to get your tax refund back within the same time. But if you mail it in, well, it's anybody's
I don't
guess.
think
It's kind of a
that's true.
crapshoot.
They've been saying depending on what happens with the funding, they're just everybody.
But they will continue to fund the
they-
intake.
Yeah, this was based on the fact that if there was a shutdown, that's what they say would happen, of course, because people aren't going to be physically working to receive your mail and process it. But the direct deposit, oh well.
Well, they'll probably go by the postmark. They'll find a way to screw you.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
So welcome back to
Tax advice, gamer radio.
yes. So
Take your
Government
own risk.
shutdown, Excitamundo.
and Steve will help you fill out your was it 10W40K?
Yeah.
You're talking about greasing the
Yeah,
tax wheels,
Yeah,
or what?
10W401K.
Yeah.
You're gonna clean the rust off that
Yeah.
tax
Yeah.
tax bracket.
So with me in
I want to prevent viscosity and thermal breakdown in the government.
Can I get a synthetic this year?
Yeah.
I'm not using that as the graphic. So
I can
anyway,
stretch my dollar a little bit farther.
so with me is John Krukoff, Steve Walsh, and Brian Jones.
Now they're going to be able to track us down.
They're going to steal our identities.
Well, speak for yourselves.
do-
They're never gonna find me.
And
you guys
I
got unique names.
and I am Murdock,
They'll
the
look for
coolest
Brian
one here.
Jones
So
that knows the rest of us.
Shut up.
It's only a second-order data mining operation.
oh,
Just one level of abstraction, and you're toast, man. You're toast. They're gonna steal all your IPs.
do we have any IPs left to steal?
Well, we have plenty of IPv6 version IPs to steal.
Well, I'm talking about IPv4, the ones that haven't been
That's why
bought by
they need to steal
Microsoft.
That's
them,
why they need
because-
to steal them, because there's in such demand.
So, do we have anything else to share before we go to the news?
probably, but nobody
Steve,
cares
other
about
than
it, so.
John. Here, you okay there?
I could share some snot with the world if you like.
No,
Please.
that's
Speaking about viscosity and thermal breakdown,
my brain has viscosity. and
That's
thermal
not good.
breakdown.
really? Maybe some Castrol. Have you tried
Yeah,
that?
have you tried that?
No.
A little bit of that Costco brand motor oil.
It pays to keep it lubricated.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just prescription drugs.
Oh, well, that's no fun.
Damn things don't work either.
Tell you what else doesn't
Or they
work. in
do
the
work and they
alleyway.
make you super freaking tired.
The generic, versions of the OTC stuff. Oh, so doesn't work. like Claritin.
Oh
The
yeah.
generic Claritin, significantly less money, significantly less effectiveness.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, not good.
Lame.
Yeah,
Like the Kroger brand.
yeah, or whatever.
The Kroger.
This is the scientific name brand.
It's just a white box with stencil lettering on it that
Yeah.
says
Yeah.
That says compared to the active ingredients in Claritin.
yes.
It might as well be the new generic brand. I mean, like the
Oh,
old
yeah.
back in the 70s and 80s when you had the generic brand, it was just a black and white label.
Yeah, I remember
That's pretty much all it is.
I remember
now.
the generic beer where it just had beer in stencil on it.
They totally need to bring that shit.
They do.
Oh, that was awesome. You always knew it on the count.
Why? I mean,
mix it up with other products.
I mean, why? You can afford Schlitz.
Yeah, yeah. You can afford your,
Why
What-
pay extra for the letter?
rocket fuel malt liquor.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah, yeah. See, somebody got that reference.
Well,
I'm not surprised it's Murdock.
well, I did watch all of News Radio.
It's unfortunate that you watched all the way through the John Lovitz part.
Well,
It's
I did the
okay.
first run, expecting it to hopefully get better.
and it doesn't.
It doesn't.
I
sad.
stopped after the
But
first year.
just to reiterate, the women in that show were amazingly
There's a
freaking
lot of,
hot.
There's a lot
Well, that's the
of
one good thing about
hot
news
women in
radio is
news
the
radio.
women.
Oh my God. Yeah, some of them. All right, moving on. First news bit. Apple conference to directly compete with E3, which is awesome because
Are they
Why
like
are they
throwing
doing
up
that?
gang signs and banter? Or what?
they're going to have a knife fight in Los Angeles.
It'd
Chucking
be like
chips?
across the street.
Yes.
Yeah, you got served.
I
Have
don't know
guys
exactly
outside,
where it's
like
going
trying
to
to
be.
redirect E3 people into the Apple conference. No, man, you want
I
over here.
don't understand. There's like very little crossover going on here. I mean, they both have gadgets, but you know, Apple puts out new gadgets maybe once a year.
Maybe, and they're not going to be doing an iPhone 5 this year.
Well,
you know
why would
that
they do
much.
it at E3? I mean, you're just I don't.
Well,
understand.
why do it during
No,
the
it's
same
not
time as
what
E3?
they're doing. It's a time at which they're doing it. They shouldn't be competing with E3. They should be waiting another week or
Well, that's
so.
what I mean. It's like, why would you do that? You're competing for a very limited amount of bandwidth that people care about, and so why would you want to do that? I don't understand.
Maybe they're just compressing it all into one convenient weekend to ignore.
So we, that would be convenient for us. That's for sure.
Or, just wait 1 week and they'll just have another Apple conference, just the latest version.
Yeah,
Yeah, we could have that too.
4.2.
yeah.
Yeah.
You need to upgrade iTunes in order to see it. Though.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
But it only work on the latest version of your brain.
Yeah.
If you got the old brain.
Speaking of, why does that thing update so much?
What, iTunes?
Yeah.
It's because whenever they update iOS to have something with like streaming from iTunes or something, they have
Oh,
to
jeez.
update iTunes.
I do like an iTunes update every freaking week. What
But
the
then
hell?
they screw up connection to some set of apps, and they have to send out another update
Yeah,
to
they
fix that.
They
'cause
update a lot of iTunes.
They
I
take two
fig-
steps forward and one step back is a problem.
I figured that was just how often the DRM got broken.
No, they don't use a lot of DRM for their music anymore. That's for sure. I don't know. Do they still use DRM for the TV shows?
I don't know. I started
I
buying all
don't-
my music on Amazon, so I didn't have to worry about it.
Well, I mean, they haven't used the DRM on iTunes for like 3 years now for music. It's been a long time, but I don't know if they use it for like their movies still or not.
I haven't had a reason to go in and open another player and try and pull an iTunes tracking, so I just assumed it was still there. So
No,
it's
just your
working.
name, just like your name and when you bought it, so that
Okay.
sometime if you want to, if they find somebody torrenting a crap ton of the new Beyonce single or something, they know whose fault it is. Unless you go in there and take it out.
Gotcha.
So next up, Bumpy Trot 2 canceled.
Oh, no.
What the hell's that?
Well, it would interest John, that's for sure.
I think I have the first one.
Yeah, Steambot Chronicles on
Oh.
the PS2. And I think we also both own Bumpy Trot and Blockus.
Yeah,
whatever that
yeah.
one's called.
I got the import one. I actually think I bought the American one too when it came out because it was so cheap.
Yeah,
It's like
I think I did the
$15 or
same,
something.
so we're both equally retarded.
It was kind of useless.
So,
as a
so
blockchain
as the
thing,
only
though.
two people that bought Steambot Chronicles,
I thought it was fun. I thought it was pretty cool. I
It
got to
had a
play it
lot
over
of
your
good
house. I
ideas.
remember.
It was the graphics blew, but everything else about the game was pretty good.
It was kind of like an anime, playing through an anime in a lot of ways.
but you are sad that the second one has been canceled.
It's certainly something that could have done with more refinement. Would have been a good base to build on.
Mm.
Maybe that's why it was canceled. They just didn't want to sink any more money into.
No, I think they got the memos, which is like, must disappoint John today. Let's cancel this game. I know they've gotten the memo about me several times. It's like, okay, we're going to cancel this game. Murdock wants it, so let's cancel it.
They've been doing it pretty regular. They also canceled Disaster Report.
Yes. Well,
I think
that was
a
just
timing
bad
issue.
timing.
They still canceled it.
Well, yeah,
I don't
but
know why they canceled that.
Well,
you know.
probably a bad idea to release a game about
Well,
surviving an
Well,
earthquake
no, he said
after.
canceled versus postponed.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I don't think that's true though. I don't think you can ever really cancel a game because I've
Yeah, I
seen
don't-
games come back a
don't
decade
see
later
why-
by some indie publisher for no reason.
Well, I mean,
They're still making Genesis games, dude.
it's not like there's no copies of Disaster Report 4 laying around in Japan somewhere. It's not like this is something that nobody knew about before. Disaster Report 5 was in the world.
So next up, VanillaWare's new game is Grand Knight's History. That's the good news. The bad news, it's on the PSP.
Oh,
Is that
so
bad news?
close.
That's
You
good.
own one.
I do own one. I actually just bought a game for it about a week ago.
Is it on the normal PSP or the you don't get any physical media PSP?
It's on the normal PSP.
Well, there's some
Benefit
hope
there.
I just got my battery out and charged it again. but
Yeah, I charged my battery
I
too. It was
haven't played
awesome.
anything on it yet.
Then I sat through another hour of firmware updates, and I was set.
You guys have exciting lives.
I'm looking forward to going to the local Starbucks and wire, Wi-Fiing into it and see if I can pull something off of it just to see if it actually works.
Well, I picked up the third birthday, or Parasite Eve 3.
Yeah.
So
Why did they put that on a PSP?
I figure it's a cheaper development platform than
It's because
the
all the
PS3.
stuff that they were making for the PS2 and all the studios that didn't want to have to learn anything new from the PS2 just moved over to making
It's like
stuff
a
on the
side
PSP.
step to the PSP, basically.
Yeah, it's like that Final Fantasy fighting game. Final Fantasy Duodenum? What's it called?
That sounds right. I think you got it.
Okay, it's Dissidia Duodenum.
Yeah, Dissidia colonic.
Whoa, hey!
That's what happens after
In
the fight.
3D.
In
It's
3D.
coming out on
Is that the,
Nintendo
much
3DS.
Truth to
Is that a
joke.
fatality?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
colonic.
Yeah.
The high colonic.
So
With
so
magma.
so this is a 2D game, which will be relevant to possibly your interest, John. I know you like some of the Vanillaware games.
It depends on what kind of game it is.
I like Chocolate better.
That's racist.
Chocolate and peanut butter.
Mm?
Yeah, it's two great things that go great together.
Yeah.
I realized I had been playing too much Minecraft lately because I had a little thing of chocolate and peanut butter ice cream. And when you get to the peanut butter chunks, it's like, damn it, I need a better pick. Because you get to the peanut butter chunks, they're frozen. You can't get through them. You're like, damn it, I need a better pick to get through this.
There's peanut butter chunks. What?
I didn't just
In my ice
discard
cream.
the rest of the ice cream to get the peanut butter.
Oh, I thought this
chunks.
was. I thought you were talking about Minecraft.
It's like Minecraft when
No.
you get that. You need a diamond.
I thought it
pick
was an
to get through
upgrade.
the-
It was one of the new upgrades from Minecraft.
Actually, interesting new upgrade for Minecraft.
Yeah,
totally
that's
disrailing
later.
here. Where?
It's the last news bit.
Wait for it.
No, you don't have it in there.
Well, you can add it when we get to it.
All right.
Wow, we should just skip down to that end part because I'm already going to start talking about it.
All right. So
'Cause there was already snow, so
Now there's falling snow, apparently.
there was fallen snow.
Nope, falling snow.
Yeah,
No,
because it used to be on the snow levels that it would just snow constantly.
I never saw
until
that.
they build up.
Unless
Yeah.
it turned it off for part of one of the betas or something for some reason.
Oh,
I never
maybe
saw any
1.2
weather effects.
Turned it off.
I
But
never
yeah,
s-
used
yeah.
to be when you got to the snow levels, it always snowing.
So next up, the next Ease game is an MMORPG, Ease Nexus, which would be
I
awesome.
didn't even know this game's franchise was still in existence.
Yeah, ditto.
Yes. Apparently, they've been coming out with a game like every 2 weeks.
But really?
Yeah.
Is that
Seriously.
right along the side of Capcom and the proposed Resident Evil games coming.
Yeah, we're getting to that one too.
I don't think I've ever, I can't remember an Ease game that came out in the U.S. since like I don't know the Master System.
Well,
there was one on the Saturn.
Oh really?
Because I remember the longboard for it.
I still
window.
own the Ease on the Turbo Duo.
Yeah,
think
but
it
when
was-
did you play it last?
About a year ago.
What time is it?
Oh,
Oh, wait, I think it was Sega CD.
They're not
actually.
bad games.
Oh man, I can see it in my head, but I can't remember what platform. It's either Sega CD or Saturn.
For what?
Well,
Ease out.
if it was for Sega CD, it was in the totally white box. So the funny white.
No, that was the
Saturn CD.
yeah, that was the Saturn.
Sega CD. The Sega CD
Sega
had those
CD
funny
had those
white
long-
ones.
The blue
Long.
ones. Sega CD was blue. Saturn was white. There's those long jewel cases.
Yeah, they were like the polygon, like rectangular black ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next up, new burn cycle for 3D. Oh no, wait. Okay. So next up, the Xbox 360's new disc format is a 1 gigabyte storage boost, which
Oh, they're getting so close to Blu-ray. I can just feel it.
I wonder if that's what they're trying.
probably just switching to like a standard DVD format instead of their wacky one.
Yeah, that will. What was it? They were.
What's wrong with 3.8?
Well, what was
Or
it
Whatever
before?
the hell it was.
Though they did this crazy thing where they actually went like outside in on the disc.
Right, but what was the capacity before?
Oh, 6.
Standard's 4.7, right?
1 gigs, I think. Might have been 6.8. I'm not
So
sure
they're so what you're saying they're basically going the dual layer DVD format and get 7 something out of it.
Well, I think they were dual layer. I think they just, had some inefficiencies in their format.
Because they wanted it to not be standardized.
Yeah.
No, it's like a Microsoft. It always has a certain amount of space it's got to take up for the OS.
Yeah, it's got a certain amount of space that's.
You got to burn a certain
You have
amount
the
of disk.
low mem, and then you need high mem.bat to make.
You have to map it all into low memory. You just lose that chunk. So
Yeah, and you're only losing like 12K for that extra part on the top there. So.
That's probably accurate.
Yeah.
So-
and you're.
I keep meaning to do that beta thing too because I got the invite to try the format and I don't even know what it encompasses, but
I don't know.
I gotta send off the reply.
Well, there
and
was
see.
was that part of the one where they were going to give out like lab coats or something for your avatar?
Well, they got to give you out a disc or something, I imagine.
I don't.
How are you going to test the new format if they don't give you a disc in the new format?
But no, he's saying they were going to give you like a special little thing if you were one of the beta testers where
Oh.
you got to wear a little lab
They
coat
send
on
me
your
a
avatar.
free game. I'll play it.
Well, they.
Yeah, that
I
was
thought
it
they were
too. You
supposed to be
got a
sending out
copy of
discs.
Halo,
Oh
I think.
yeah, that's
okay.
right.
See, that makes. I'm like, how are you going to be a beta tester if they don't send you something that's got the new format on it?
that would make sense because you really couldn't possibly devalue the used game market or the new game
For
market for
Halo.
Halo now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next up, Capcom releasing 30 more Resident Evil games. Well, not 30.
That's 3.
Well,
Oh.
there's Resident Evil 3DS and Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, which you have to hunt down actual zombified raccoons.
Sure.
Uh,
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Does this come with a
Disease bandits.
a pack-in bonus of Mila Jovovich?
Unfortunately not. Although she is small and tiny enough, she probably could fit in one of those boxes.
Yeah, you get
The suitcase limited edition.
yeah.
So is the Resident Evil 3DS just a remake of the first Resident Evil?
I have no idea, but that
Yes,
probably
in
sounds
3D.
pretty. Yeah. So you can shit your pants in 3D when that dog jumps through the window again.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
For the 4 millionth time.
Yeah, for the
They
4
could
million.
drop your 3DS and break it.
You could be the master of unlocking in 3D.
I just broke my 3DS in 3D.
By the way, I went to GameStop and the one of the newer, fancier ones,
Did you
with
play the
with
demo?
carpeting.
Store of the future.
Yeah, and I played with the 3DS. And surprisingly enough, my eyeballs did not fall out of my skull. So I was
entirely
I
black.
don't believe you.
Yeah.
no.
I
It
want proof.
well, they had Street Fighter 4 as the demo game,
Yeah.
which was awesome because this kid was playing it, and it's like, well, this isn't Pokemon. Well, learn how to throw an uppercut there, buddy. So yeah, a 3D effect.
So what we've learned from this whole thing is that Murdock goes to GameStop to badger young children for not properly playing games.
How is this
Well,
different
no, just
from
playing Pokemon games.
Oh,
Yeah. Get off the Pokemon, you freak. Play some Street Fighter. Learn that uppercut the hard way, like I did.
yeah.
Way back in the arcades. Oh yeah.
When it
me and
was
Sevi
written
go
on
way
this-
back.
When it was written on the arcade.
But so now the vital question is, how young was the child, and was he in fact doing permanent damage to his eyes?
well,
What do you mean that bleeding from the eyes is?
the thing was that I couldn't really tell because of the steam, but after the steam subsided, I could see a little scorching. So I don't know if it was as
it
bad as
all,
the reports actually say.
Did he go full blown stigmata?
Nah, stigmata.
He went black oil.
He looked like Arthur, with the eyes from the tick. So I don't.
Oh, the 3DS is a cruel mistress.
But yeah, the 3D effect was nice, and it didn't give me a headache until much, much later. But
How long did you play for?
played it for about 10 minutes.
I gotta believe it's coming only from people that are sitting there for like 3 and 4 hours. I mean, they've got to be putting
Well-
some serious drain on the eyes there.
Well, no, they're putting serious drain on the battery. I don't think it lasts 3 or 4 hours. I think it's dependent on how strong the 3D is. So if you have it like really high,
Oh.
it burns through the
Well,
battery
I'm sure they have a
faster.
brightness setting on there too.
I believe so.
I think they did
and
on
you
the
can change
DSi.
the 3D at any time, so you can make it weak or strong.
Huh.
So if you turn it all the way off, does it just look like a normal screen?
Yeah, just normal 2D screen.
Interesting.
So it's something you have to see, but
Yeah.
I mean, when
It
you
doesn't. It doesn't. Looking at the commercials, I don't buy it as like real 3D. It seems
It's-
kind of like Paper Mario.
It seems like they have a real marketing challenge
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to sell that.
okay, do you know when
well,
you
that or the price. Tag.
okay? Do you remember when you ate breakfast cereal when you were a kid and you got like those little pictures, those lenticular things.
Yeah.
Or if you look at it in certain ways, it would change. That's kind of what 3DS does, except it does it in like different layers.
Yeah.
So it's like
So
that.
you're just decreasing or increasing the layers depending on how high
Yeah,
or
you
low
can.
you turn it.
It's like a cell. It's like a background in a cell when you're talking with
Okay.
animation. So you can bring the animation cell forward, or you can move it closer to the background, but it doesn't change the game whatsoever.
Okay.
So it's nice that you can turn it off or turn it on whenever you want. But
Speaking of anime, if anybody's interested, there's an animation exhibit down at the Denver Art Museum right now. Kind of goes back to old school animation and shows how it was
so
originally created.
old school animation. You're talking about 1990.
I'm talking about like 1940.
Oh,
You're talking about
called,
like Rama 1/2, right?
no,
talking about
he's talking a little bit older than that.
Oh, so like Mazinger Z.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually called Blink, but it was pretty cool from what I saw of it.
Dude,
Is
there-
Scott McCloud just sitting around there introducing you to his pet theories on cartooning? He's sitting there with a whip trying to get your attention. He whips you and wraps around your neck, and you got to come over and talk to him about the infinite canvas.
So you've been reading those Scott McCloud books?
Yeah, the first one was pretty interesting. Reinventing comics is so tedious.
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh my God.
It is.
You're like, Jesus Christ, stop talking about this crap. Now I know why Gabe and Tycho got all mad at him. Because Jesus Christ, it's such a waste of time to read.
No,
that.
his best book is Understanding Comics.
Well, why did you give me
Yeah.
all three of them if he only has one good one?
Well,
he
the
wanted
making
you to earn
comics.
that spot.
No,
It's
you-
like, oh,
you-
okay, now I see why.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
you had to build up to these points, but this is what
No,
really...
that's the first one. The first one's the good one.
Oh, well, maybe
Yeah,
you should run it
reinventing-
backwards.
They had to like build up to understand the hatred of it.
Oh,
Yeah, you need to have a certain amount of rage as a cartoonist,
I
and
see, I
and
see,
you
I
just
see.
don't have enough.
Won't you
Okay, I
be my
understand.
comic neighbor?
Yeah.
So next up, we have Microsoft porting Silverlight to Xbox 360, which seems kind of pointless.
I don't even know what the
because
fuck
you
that
know they
is
have
still.
Flash and wait,
So they porting Silverlight there to make what indie game development simpler, maybe?
I suppose.
Do people use Silverlight anything for other than web portals?
Well, I think Microsoft's the only one who does, but also the whole Windows Phone 7 UI is
built
based
on-
around Silverlight. And I know it's also using the XNA stuff for some of their game development over there, so it might just be part of making that platform.
They're pushing really hard
Consistent.
for phone development.
Some
so.
sort of non-flashy thing.
Yeah.
Silverlight to me sounds like some sort of 80s romance movie that I never saw.
Yeah, you saw it in a double feature with Lady Hawk.
Yeah. Oh. Take a drink for every time Steve mentions Lady Hawk.
It is kind of a bad knockoff of Flash for a name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not as incomprehensible as Azure.
Mm.
So we'll just leave on that note.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker clothing line for men, which would interest Brian, because you want to look
Yeah,
like
'cause I'm a badass cosplayer, yo.
You want to look
What's
like
Revolver
Budokan.
Ocelot.
I want to buy the.
Budokan.
I'll buy the box when it comes out.
Yeah.
So is this like a T-shirt with the logo, or is
No,
this
it's supposed
like...
to be like high-end, dressy, look like snake wear. I don't have anything else.
Do you have to
on
wear
it.
a mullet with it too?
Yeah, hey.
I'll buy it when it comes with a question mark.
Yeah.
With an
Or
exclamation point
exclamation
over
point, yeah.
your head.
So,
That
so
was
how,
that.
how can you look like Snake and be high-end dressy? I mean, it's just like uniforms
I don't know.
from
It's
across
like
the world.
it's like I don't know. It's like a dressy, shirty meets Hercules. I mean, I don't know.
About that one.
Okay, this
know what-
store is going to be open for 2 weeks.
You know who
And
I
it's
never
gonna be
saw
charging like
They're
4
gonna
times
they're gonna
the
make you
price.
look
You know, I
like
never
riding
saw
you're
yet.
going out of the store
at,
naked.
at NDK, where those guys that dressed up as the World of Warcraft carriers and they had the little question marks and exclamation points above their heads, and people could go ask them for quests and
I
go
didn't
around.
see
and
them,
stuff.
but I saw the Metal Gear Solid ones because those guys
Yeah.
are hilarious. They had the little sound effects going and everything.
Oh,
I'm like,
really? Yeah. It was pretty fun. Those guys had a pretty much a racket going on.
Yeah.
Because one of the quests was to go buy Pocky and give it to this one NPC, and so these guys ended up with 90 boxes of Pocky at the end of the
It's like
con.
duffel bags.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really clever, and they got little things for it and stuff. People who did the quest got little things for it.
Well,
They
that's-
didn't. It cost less than Pocky though.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
They didn't
Really
just
cheap
hand out
gashapon.
tokens for XP plus 90.
Yeah. It was very clever though. It's like, well, how come there's these dudes running around with. And I saw someone come up to him, and he gave him a little thing, and he ran. I'm like, oh.
That's a nice racket to get into.
It was very clever, I thought. I haven't seen him for a couple
We-
years.
we
now,
should-
but
They're going to upgrade it next year to Ramune.
yeah.
It's going to be a bitch to
No,
carry that out to the car, though.
Just go straight. Just go straight to the gold farming.
Yeah. They just hire some guys to go over and buy it.
You know what you do is you run that racket, you get like, I don't know, 3 igloos full of Ramune by the end of the night, and then you charge $5 a head at a
Yeah.
party in your room.
Yeah.
And you give out free Ramune.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ramune and gin. What
Yeah,
mixes
it'd be like
well with Ramune?
Ramune
know.
and Red Bull. I don't know.
No,
Be like rocket fuel.
it would be some sort of vodka, I would assume.
I don't know what you would mix with Ramune.
Nothing. It's so dangerous by itself.
I don't know.
You really don't need to mix anything with it.
I'm sure you could booze
I
it
mean,
up a
it's
little.
kind
You
of
have
it's
to get a
it's sort
different flavor than bubble gum.
yeah. Well, it's Jolly Rancher tasting, so you'd have to something.
You got to be careful because that shit fizzes like it is. I mean,
It
you mix the
does.
wrong thing in there, you could have some like awkward science experiment go horribly
Right.
wrong.
Well, it's not like you're mixing it with baking soda.
It'd be like some anime series where like you mix the two together, and the next camera angle is the outside of your cabana as it blows out into the.
Well, so the obvious goal has to be to get underage girls drunk. So the only
Ah.
mixer possible is cherry pucker.
Oh.
Or Midori.
The opinions of John do not actually reflect the views of Diehard Gamer Radio
But
or
they
its
might.
associates.
But they might.
Please don't do what John does because we cannot afford your bail.
I'll
So-
have to sell some microphones.
Hey, little kid, you want to buy a microphone? It's
Wanna-
condensed.
Want to buy a condenser microphone?
Yeah, barely used.
Yeah.
Harvest Moon game coming out for 3DS, also known as Farmville Beta. So I know that I don't know who played Harvest Moon around here. I know I did, but
Wasn't Harvest Moon a hentai title?
it's not a hint.
No, I swear to God, there's one called Harvest
No,
Moon.
it's well, you might be farming something, but I don't know what it is you're farming.
I only know this because on like /A, somebody was like, "What is this from?" And someone, I swear to God, somebody said Harvest Moon.
It's not. I don't think
Probably
it.
just means somebody did dojin porn.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
that's
probably
possible.
a porno.
So, did you play Harvest Moon back in the day?
No.
Oh yeah, you were one of those Genesis kids.
I think I have a copy of it. I don't remember if I ever played it though.
Well, that you can add that with the other 200 games that you own that you
Yeah,
haven't
but I
played.
don't think I bought the game. I think I got it for some odd reason through something else. I think it came, or maybe somebody loaned it to me, and I just never
Oh,
gave it back.
okay.
I don't know. I think I have it, but I don't
you
know
might
why.
want to sell it.
I swear it's on the GameCube.
It was like Harvest Moon, It's a Wonderful Life, I think was the GameCube one.
What was that? Where you have to like help some character get its wings or something like that, or
Yeah.
become an angel, or
I think it starts off with you like your house is in Hawk and you have to pay off your mortgage.
no, that's Animal Crossing.
No, it's more like every time a cowbell rings.
Oh,
My bad. All those farming sim games sound the same to me.
oh, okay.
Every
So
time a cowbell rings, Yoshitoshi Abe gets his wings.
that's
Name how many references are in that joke.
so. Any more anime jokes you want to reference in here, Steve? You
Well,
want
there
to
was-
do a
I mean, that
Masamune
one- that one
Shiro
had-
here while we're
What
here?
did that one had like SNL in it.
Yeah,
and it had A Wonderful Life and Haibei and Renmei, and what else was in there? That's only the three, I guess. I'll
You need
try
to write
harder.
that down now. It's like a comic.
I know.
So next up, Super
And Christopher Walken.
Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition DLC, which is basically adding Yun Yang, Evil Ryu, and Oni into the
Say that
roster
4
Are they
times
still
fast.
charging the $400 or 400 points a pop per character?
for
I thought the DLC was like 400 points a character.
their okay. For Marvel vs. Capcom 3, it's the 400 points per character.
Oh, you're right.
For
Yeah, that's the one I'm
this
not
for
buying.
this DLC, they haven't announced a release date or
But
a
it's all
price,
going to be one pack in for the DLC, though.
as far as I know.
See, that would probably be worth it.
So I'm not looking forward to it because I know you're going to buy it, and I know you're going to kick my ass with Yun or Yang.
I'll switch back and forth.
Oh well, that's real helpful.
He's a switch hitter
Well, yeah.
of Murdock.
You know what they need to add to that is like a team mode. That would be freaking sweet.
You know what I saw is I saw some more video from Mortal Kombat, the new one coming out. It looks like it has a cross-up ability where you can bring in your like a team. So you must pick a team. I don't want to like it, but I'm starting to like more.
Yeah,
it
well,
more
it's
the more
like
I
it's like
see
my
of it.
opinion of the iPad too. It's like I don't want to like it, but I kind of want it.
I'm getting more curious the more videos I see coming out for it. It looks like it's.
Well, it comes out this month. It's supposed to come out really soon.
I think it is this month. It's probably like the end of the month
Oh.
because I'm seeing more stuff getting pushed out all of a sudden. They're starting to release more characters doing moves and.
So, Steve, when are you
Building
picking up the new Mortal Kombat here?
Meh.
Meh.
This all just sounds like more reasons to wait for a Game of the Year edition. All of these things.
Yeah, it'll come out with the expansions.
And it'll be $20.
They're saying that.
Point Lookout,
Do
and
it.
They don't do that as
Operation
much
Egg.
with
Oh no,
consoles.
though.
So I was saying that for did I say this on the last podcast or not? No, I think it just there's supposed to be 7 DLCs for Fallout New Vegas.
I'm going to be surprised if they get through all of those because, I mean, by the time they get to the 7th one, there isn't going to be anybody with a game unbugged enough
I need
that they can continue
I
their
just
save
want-
file.
Yeah.
if they want
They
to
got
put them
stuck
all
back
out.
in the third DLC.
If they want to put them all out this month, I don't give a rat's ass. I'm waiting for a Game of the Year version for this damn thing, and
I'm more tempted to buy it on PC now after hearing all these issues.
well, I mean,
Well,
there was a
maybe
lot of
the
issues with there was a
consoles-
lot of issues with Fallout 3 though too.
Yeah.
They
People
fixed a lot
bitched
of those,
just
though.
as much in at the beginning.
I don't
and-
understand how you
but
can
New
have so many
Vegas has
bugs
been
on
out
a
for a while
console,
now,
though.
and it is much worse than Fallout 3.
Well,
It's
yeah.
a better game, but the bugs are much worse.
That's the trade-off.
I mean, it's the unholy combination of Bethesda and Obsidian, and neither one of them can make a non-buggy game. But you put them in a room, and you get New Vegas.
I just want a Game of the Year.
Or they
all I
could,
want.
use an engine, use a game engine that doesn't suck.
Well, there's a questionable amount of decision making going on there when they keep using that same engine over and over again.
Yeah.
I gotta buy a new
Ser-
download of Fallout 3 because mine's still fucked up on my PC. I can't get to play right constantly.
Seriously, why don't they just buy like Unreal Engine and just
I
use
bought
that?
the box version.
Well-
That's my problem.
It probably wouldn't work out very well, but also
Why? Because it
the
works?
engine, because it's not a good fit for a role-playing game.
Oh.
But it's the engine doesn't have the problems. I mean, you don't generally have too many issues with people like falling through the floor or something, or the game actually crashing. Though it does happen. A lot of the problems are all just like scripting bugs. It's like, oh shit, you did the wrong thing, and now that quest's uncompletable.
Yeah.
Oh well.
That
Moving
was
along.
well beta tested.
That's some great work there. So next up, Disgaea 4 hits the U.S. in September.
It's coming in disguise.
So need a game that's going to take you about 100 hours to get halfway through? Here's your game.
Which platform?
The one
I completed
you
it on
hook
360, so.
into a television of some sort. I know
Are
that's
you
not
sure?
useful. I think it's PS3.
Okay, so actually coming to like home console and not like portable console.
Yeah, it's actually coming out on a real
Okay.
system.
Although that does also mean this is another thing you should wait for, consistently now the PSP versions of all the Disgaea games that they've done re-releases of have been better than all the home console ones.
Really?
But they've added stuff to every one of them.
Oh.
Not that it was a game that was lacking content.
Yeah,
you know?
that's it's like because dude, seriously, the first Disgaea takes like 500 hours. I mean, it's ridiculous how long that game is. That's not an understatement.
Ikikumori much?
No, I didn't even finish the first Disgaea because I was like, 50 hours in, and I read the FAQ, and I'm like, dude,
That's
I'm
like,
like a third of the way through the game. What the fuck?
Well, all the Japanese role-playing games are the same. So this just, cuts out the other ones and lets you just play one.
Yeah. Can they make like a shorter game that doesn't take the long time? Seriously?
No,
Oh.
that's not their niche.
They would sell more games per year.
No, they'd have to make more games per year.
Oh, there's that. So, next up, we have gaming is the most popular use for tablets. So, and we're talking about like gaming tablets, not like, Viagra or those types of tablets or anything like that.
Well, it's not like you can do a lot of real work with tablets unless you got like a stylus and a
Well, no,
keyboard.
you can. I mean, haven't you seen those commercials? I mean, you can do things like,
Well,
Watch the Good Morning America app. And,
Yeah, or
download your movies.
Most of the tablets these days, which are really slates, but I don't know why people keep calling them tablets. But most of the tablets these days are consuming devices. They're designed so that you just consume things. It's not really a surprise that gaming is really high on that particular list.
Slate sounds like a dirty word.
So people decided the phone screen was too small, so they decided they wanted something with a larger screen to play games on.
that wasn't a television?
I'm wondering why they didn't make the leap that little bit further.
Yeah.
Because televisions need controllers, and controllers are bad.
Plus,
No,
I mean,
they
how many
don't.
people are
Haven't
going to
you
carry
played
the
a Kinect?
television around?
No, I have not played the
Controllers
Kinect.
killed Steve Jobs' parents.
Well, what?
Yeah, little known fact.
Yeah. That's why there's no controllers for Apple anything.
Oh,
Because Steve Jobs won't clear them because they killed his parents.
okay.
Kind of like that Tom Selleck movie about the future robots that are killing people. And
Thin Red Line.
It's, no, that is
think it was
that the
based on
Call
a-
of Duty that you liked? Oh, that's Big
No,
Red
Big
One.
Red One.
Oh,
No, that was
it's,
Red Badge of Courage.
oh, okay.
it's based on a book from the guy that did Jurassic Park and Great White. I think it was Michael Crichton. I think it was
Terminator.
No. You're killing me, Smalls.
I know what you're
Welcome
talking
to
about.
Die
It
Hard
sure does
Gamer
sound like
Radio.
Terminator.
Because Gene Simmons was a bad guy.
You can tell we're very literate around here at Die
Tom
Hard
Selleck
Gamer
was
Radio.
like a future cop, and he had to stop
Tom
Gene
Selleck
Simmons.
versus Gene Simmons.
Yeah,
This
it
sounds
was
like a
really
movie I need to
oddball
see.
movie.
Wait,
I need to see this on
are you sure this
principle.
wasn't a video game? This wasn't like Psycho Circus or something like that?
I think I need to
Let's see
that
how
movie.
far this rabbit hole
It's
goes
not
down.
a great movie, but it was kind of funny. I mean,
It sounds bad enough that Netflix has to carry it on Watch
Yeah.
Instantly.
Yeah. Okay, move on while he's looking this thing up.
For you folks playing at home, let's see what Brian pulls up. If it's a movie before 1980, press 1.
All right, keep going.
All right. So, stats, achievements, snow and rain coming in Minecraft 1.5 beta, but also coming is, you said there were other things coming for this thing?
Already in the beta,
Uh,
you can get a pet wolf.
is that
Because there's
awesome?
wild
or,
wolves that are running around, and you can train them to be your pet.
then
and
it's
like
a dog.
do stuff for you. Yes.
Okay.
Well, if you've ever seen like a pet wolf, they're significantly different than dogs. First
And-
of all,
and-
they're fucking huge
Okay. And how is this important to you in
because it can go and do stuff for you,
like
kill animals
or run into creepers?
That's pretty
Oh.
handy.
or run into lava. Apparently,
Oh.
but
That sounds like a good way to lose your wolf.
yeah,
well, you can just build another one.
I saw a great
he's
screenshot
dumb enough to
of
run into lava.
because
well.
this guy made like little gravestones for all like his previous dogs,
Sick.
and put
Did,
little
did he
labels
did
on
he
them.
did he have a scripting thing for that?
And each one of them says name of the dog. He hated lava. He hated lava. He hated lava. He hated lava.
We should
Oh.
move away from the lava. Just saying.
Or
Probably built his house out of lava.
Yeah,
a fence that might help.
yeah, yeah.
I'm sure you can craft fences in that
I haven't
game.
personally used it
Can-
yet, but apparently, he's doing interesting new things.
I see.
So last time we talked about this, it sounded like you were getting kind of bored of
I am
having
still
to
kinda
go build
bored.
stuff with it.
Yeah,
But
it
not
needs-
bored enough to stop playing.
Well, I play every once in a while because I keep trying to make this mob farmer, and I'm
Okay.
trying to make it out of lava, but I've almost got it about probably 8% working now. It was really difficult to make the lava flow stop right before the water stopped,
Right.
so that it would pull it over and not make obsidian when
Right.
it went together. But I got that working. I don't know how that actually happened, but I got that working.
You just have to be, 4 blocks away?
You have to be less than that, because like
Huh.
otherwise it stops and it doesn't flow to the edge of the ladder. And that's
okay.
what I thought. I kept trying to make it, 4 blocks away because that's what all the things said. But I had to actually make it like 3 blocks away because otherwise it doesn't
Okay.
flow long enough. I don't know if it's because those tutorials were out of date or what the deal was.
Huh.
But now I just have, because it's an underground waterfall that goes from up top and then goes down into my thing and then does a little thing. But I don't have the flow right up top.
Huh.
So it doesn't flow into the underground waterfall yet.
So what do you,
It's kind of frustrating. It's slow work, and so I only play for like.
so
half
so
an
what are
hour
you trying to
and then
do? Are you trying to like make a Minecraft dildo? What
It's a
exact-
mob farmer.
what? Oh, huh?
So what it does
It's
is
like Harvest Moon, only, less gay.
yeah.
Wait,
So the mobs run around at night.
I don't
right?
know how you justify that, but yeah, go on,
So,
Steve.
so at night, there's the monsters come out, whatever.
Okay.
Monsters are also influenced by current water currents when they're flowing, when they're actually flowing in a certain direction.
Mhm.
So what you do is you make these things where the mobs will walk into the water and they can't hop out, and so they get drawn by the water and they'll get drawn to something that causes damage. And they'll keep, because they can't fight against the current. Oh fuck! I remember seeing that thing in the in the video store.
So what's it called?
It's called Runaway.
Huh.
Runaway. Ooh.
But yeah, so the mob hits the damage thing, and once it dies, it drops, and the water current brings the stuff to like a holding pool, and you can just pick it up, and it just runs.
Is
like
there any
24/7.
advantage for killing mobs other than
You
the
get
fact that they
stuff.
don't? Okay, so it's not like you get experience points or anything.
No,
like
but
that.
you get items you can use to craft other things with.
Yeah. It's not like
Ah.
there is any experience points in Minecraft.
There's not.
You just, get stuff and build things with it.
So I heard that when you play Minecraft and you're there for like your first day, it's like nerve wracking because you have to like build a shelter like
You
in
need
5
to get
minutes.
coal. And if you get coal, then you're okay. If you don't get coal that first night, it's going to be a long night.
Yeah.
Really?
You're just going to hear the zombies running around going, but you can't see them. So because you're in your totally dark 1 by 1 by 1.
Yeah, 1 by 1
Shelter.
by 2.
Yeah,
'Cause you're 2 blocks high.
Because you're 2 blocks high. You basically encase
build a
yourself in dirt
doghouse.
so that you can't, so that they can't find you.
No, a
so
doghouse
it's
would
not
actually
hard
be
to
1 by
not
3.
die, but it is kind of lame to have to wait through that first night if you screw it up.
Yeah,
So don't screw it up.
it's a long 10 minutes. Well, basically, I kind of cheat, and if I don't find coal by the time the sun's going down, that world's going bye-bye and building.
You know what that game needs? A tutorial.
There's lots of tutorials out there.
Yeah, but actually one that's in game.
That'll get there.
Yeah, it kills all the fun.
That's
Oh.
true too.
Mass.
You're trying to figure out what you're trying to do. Really, kind of ruins the
There's
fun
all
of the
sorts
game.
of video tutorials. There's one dude that's got like 35, 40 video tutorials that gets you like.
Is
through
this
your
the
first
Star
week.
Trek guy?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The guy that like built the Enterprise?
No,
Okay.
that dude did it by scripting anyway on a private server.
Oh.
So,
Lame.
yeah, it wasn't like the shit.
Was it that
You remember?
was it that chip, that advanced logic chip or something like that?
Oh,
that
the guy who made the algorithmic logic unit.
Yeah.
That was pretty interesting.
Mm.
I still don't really understand the point of having that red wire stuff in there for switches and things, but whatever.
Well, it definitely makes it possible to make traps of some sorts. And it's nice to be able to have buttons that you can push and do things.
Mm. I guess I don't care enough.
Why doesn't Steve care?
Yeah.
So next up, what's old is what's new. We have Warlords, the Atari 2600 game, being remade and released on XBLA and Pisson.
They didn't already do that?
No, they were re-releasing Yar's Revenge.
I swear Warlords was one of the things you could get in that arcade thing on...
No, you're probably thinking Warhawk. Or
Yeah,
maybe
War-
War Gods.
No, Warhawk was on there. I remember seeing that. That was on the sale.
Well, wasn't Warlords the one with like the 4 castles in the corners and you like lob shit at each other?
Yeah. Dwarf Fortress?
Is that the one where you control the dragon and you gotta grow your land and protect it while others are trying to take it?
No,
over?
that's
Thinking of another maybe arcade game.
Legend of the Red Dragon. Oh no.
no, that's not it.
Man, we don't know shit about video games.
Well,
Yeah.
this is why I think that we need to change the intro to this podcast.
Yeah, we don't know shit about games, so we're going to spend an hour and a half talking about lingerie.
Well, the intro to this
And Tom
podcast
Selleck
says
movies.
your
Yeah.
source for off mainstream video game topics, except everything we do is mainstream.
Well, we're off mainstream because we don't know the mainstream. Don't you see what I did there?
No.
All right. So Warlord.
okay, nobody
So I
else
don't
will
even
either.
remember Warlord. So
I played
I
a
don't know.
shitload of Choplifter.
yeah. Well,
There's already been a couple redos of Choplifter.
Yeah,
So,
I played it.
we're not
I probably
talking about
played every
Super
one of 'em.
Thunderblade
But sadly, there hasn't been a remake of Desert Strike.
no, there hasn't, has there?
or any of the strikes for that
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like
Pretty
Desert
decent games.
Strike, Marine Strike,
There was Jungle Strike.
Jungle Strike.
Jungle Strike?
Yeah, they
Desert
all
Strike
s-
was pretty good though.
They all struck out.
They need to do a
No, they were all pretty decent, I thought.
Desert Strike did really well. Very popular.
Oh. No, I got the joke.
They need to do a redo once again. I'll mention it once again of Full Spectrum Warrior.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Crusader No Remorse.
No.
Oh, okay.
Although that would be good too.
Oh,
Really like that game.
I know you did.
Yeah.
I don't know. BurgerTime in HD could be pretty awesome.
No.
Maybe they should like cross mix that with like Burger King. They could have like cross promotional things in there.
Okay, let me sit back. I'm definitely interested in seeing where this is going.
The king will come out of your TV just like in The Ring. And
who's your king, baby?
they'll just call it the king.
So
The king who died was the last smallpox victim in Japan.
oh, Jesus Christ. So, any interest in BurgerTime HD? Because I know you loved the original BurgerTime, right, Steve? Was that one of your favorite arcade games?
No.
Stepping on large burgers
No.
and
I never
really.
understood
Running
that
across
game.
the buns.
I never understood
Well,
that game
if
at
you
all.
look at classic gaming in general, a lot of it kind of doesn't make any sense. I mean, you know,
I never wanted to play it.
really,
Yeah, I was more of a Donkey Kong guy.
and that made more sense than BurgerTime.
Yeah.
How could he be a donkey and a Kong at the same time?
Well,
Does that just mean he's an ugly Kong?
So, do you have any interest in classic gaming, John?
No.
No. You've just
I had
that
interest
part
in
of your
classic-
heart just doesn't exist anymore.
I was interested in classic gaming back when it wasn't classic gaming.
When it was
now-
modern gaming.
Yeah. Now a lot of the classic games I really don't have any interest in going back and playing.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't want to play Bad Dudes again?
No, I don't.
Really?
Dude, I played Bad Dudes on the Commodore 64.
Oh,
I don't have any desire to ever see that game again.
I don't know. I still love playing Black Tiger. That game was always fun back in the day.
Yes.
don't have any interest in playing the Capcom Willow? That was an
No.
awesome platform game.
No.
Really?
I've got about as much interest in playing that as Impossible Mission.
Really? How about Impossible?
No.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't
Rolling Thunder.
Really?
No.
No Space Harrier?
really want to play Full Spectrum Warrior.
No love.
Yeah.
Not even Space Harrier. I know that's your favorite game.
It's got
Your
a
favorite
really-
racing game.
It's got a really cool whatchamacallit.
If I wanted to play
background.
Space Harrier, I'd play Shenmue.
It's probably a better version.
Or Bayonetta. That doesn't
thing I
have a
love-
Space Harrier.
The thing I like best about Space Harrier is that the space sound effects they used and it keeps showing up in other games.
Well, yeah.
So
That's how Sega makes their money.
I know.
It's not off
licensing-
Sonic games, that's for sure.
Licensing sound effects from Space
But
Harrier.
damned if they don't keep trying.
Oh dear God. I made the mistake of going to Destructoid, and the War Garble. I mean, the epic War Garble on the fact that Sonic's eye color changed from the original game to Sonic 4 because now it's green, and the War Garble on that is just.
I
So-
think this
I
should
don't-
tell you something about the websites
Oh my
that you
God.
visit.
You know, okay, you know that there's, subcultures of gaming. You have the FPS fans, and you have, the fighting game fans and whatever. The Sonic fans, worst out of all of them.
Huh.
So, no, serious.
Well, they're
Not the
obviously
Persona
insane.
fans.
I mean,
What? No, they're worse. Oh, dear God.
I don't know. Have you seen that green color?
Oh, man. And it's just like, oh, nothing pleases them. Sorry.
well,
They
it's
should've
not so
gone
much
with a
because of
teal.
the eye color, because they're still Sonic fans.
Well, there's that, yes. That has a big
That's gotta
part
be.
to do
You gotta
with
be
it.
pretty
People never grow
hardcore to
up.
still be a Sonic fan.
Hey,
So-
that hedgehog was really lovable, man.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like,
now
you gotta be
it's
hardcore.
garbage.
You either have to be really young or really hardcore to still be a Gundam fan, for example.
Really?
Yeah. Because you've been
Fan of
abused so
what?
much over the years.
Well, yeah, you did have to sit through G Gundam.
Yeah. Well, Gundam Wing.
Well, you just got to know
Yeah.
when to hold them and when to fold them. That's all. Just some series are not meant to last or even be watched.
I mean, I can't really say that I was a huge fan of Gundam, but even I can see that the Gundam fans have been pretty abused over the years.
I know the
Yeah.
good series and the bad series. I've been fortunate, so I just avoid the bad ones.
I mean, we stayed Macross fans even through, Macross 2. So,
well, there's that. There is that.
it kind of got better.
And Techno
Then
Police.
Macross Frontier, and then, well,
Still haven't finished that. I still have hopes that one will be good. I feel that I can last through the panty episode.
No, you can't. I
through
think
the
that'll
rest
kill
of
it.
Dude, you couldn't make it through the last episode of Clannad, and I went straight on and kept going through the
No,
second
I watched
season.
the whole series finally. I never want to talk about it again, but I did watch the whole series finally.
It brings up hard memories.
It brings up lots of things. Not those
He's
kind of
pleading the
hard
fifth.
memories.
Right. So,
Uh-huh.
Anything else we want to add before we
I think
wrap
this
this-
podcast is done.
Coming from John, who was giving anime advice earlier on.
Are you in your uncomfortable place, John?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for listening
Is
to
the chair
Is that
really
a
that
hard-
uncomfortable? I think they're fairly. Those chairs are fairly plushy
Is that a
for
hard?
being folding chairs.
No. No love.
Okay. So, well, now I know what to do for the Photoshop. So thank you for listening to Diehard Gamer Radio. We will be back next time to go over...
Hard,
I don't know.
uncomfortable places.
Like the back of a Volkswagen?
It's...
Thank you for listening to Diehard Gamer Radio. You can visit our website at diehardgamerradio.com and iTunes, or you can email us at diehardgamerradio@gmail.com.